The big news over the weekend was Trump and the administration pulled collective bargaining rights away from about 50,000 TSA agents. And again, something was hard fought for. Workers fought hard to get collective bargaining rights in that industry, and now just like that, gone. Contracts don't matter. Legislation doesn't matter. Past practice doesn't. Gone. All gone. And look, told you that was going to happen. Told you. Told you he was going to go after the federal employees. What I thought was interesting, saw a Reuters article, and a woman from West Virginia they interviewed, and her and about 125 other people who work at the Treasury Department's Bureau of Fiscal Services in Parkersburg, West Virginia, lost their jobs. And she was like, I supported him. I voted for him 3 times. I didn't know he was coming after me. I didn't know it would be my job that would get cut. I didn't think it was going to be people who look like me. It was supposed to be others. It was supposed to be them. Those people, not us. We were supposed to be the ones laughing. And now here we are. And what's interesting is she said, well, I don't support him now. And you go, oh, of course not. Because it happened to you. Even though we told you. And what's interesting is as they interviewed her, she's like, yeah, I guess that was kind of dumb. I wanted the cuts. I just didn't want it to be me. And was fully supportive when it was someone else. Now, Trump convinced a whole bunch of people that it wasn't going to happen. Great con man, great used car salesman. Now, the weird thing is, West Virginia overwhelmingly voted for Trump and simultaneously has the highest percentage of government jobs per capita, which means the people who most supported him are going to be the ones affected most by it. And I'm okay with that on a certain level. I'm okay with it because this is what you asked for. You're getting what you asked for. You just didn't think it was you. You were okay when it happened to somebody else. And the thing is it got me thinking over the weekend because I look at Trump and I see him as a liar, a thief, and a cheat, a philanderer, and all of that stuff. Because you look at his record, and I thought about my grandfather, who's been gone for quite a few years now. He warned me that you never trust a liar, you never trust a thief, you never trust a cheater. And it got me thinking. I wonder what he would say about someone who was all three. I know he wouldn't have elected him president, but you kind of got to wonder, how is it we got to this place? And we got to this place because we didn't care about truth or any of that stuff. We cared, or some, that he was going to go after the right people, the people that we didn't like. He was going to make it okay to be racist and homophobic and misogynistic while believing that we were going to get better. We were going to be able to get from them. We're going to get those jobs back. We were going to get that standard of living back, and understand they bought it. For instance, he said he was going to bring back, usher in the golden age of the economy. It was going to be great again. We were going to make the economy great. In fact, inflation was going to be gone. Day one. Egg prices, what was it? What was it? 99 cents a dozen, buck a gallon gas. It was going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Now, well, kind of walking that back down, because a lot of the craziness that he's doing, a lot of the disruptive things that they're doing, is causing a lot of economic unease. Let's put it that way. To where now you got people like Maria Bartiromo on Fox News asking, are you expecting a recession this year? She said there are rising worries about the slowdown. Are you expecting a recession? And Trump's response is, well, I hate to predict things like that. There is a period of transition. So look, he's not going to rule out that a recession's possible in 2025 because it's his doing. As consumer confidence has the biggest monthly decline since August of 2021, You got to wonder what caused that. Now, remember, Mr. Art of the Deal, Mr. Day One, we're going to kick inflation's behind. Eggs are going to be plentiful, an egg on every plate. And yet now eggs are more expensive than they've ever been in my lifetime. Or I got to think in history of eggs. But again, that's the last guys. Well, Biden did that. Biden. Not the complete and total chaos that you've caused. Now, you remember during the Biden years, the right kept screaming that every week was going to be a recession. Every week, recession was coming. As we were investing in infrastructure, as we were investing in new technologies and jobs, and as we were attempting to move the economy in the right direction. What you now have is all of this chaotic activity of stripping funding out of the economy. Now, look, I'm no great economist, but the federal government is a large driver of consumption in this country. It's a large driver of employment in this country. It puts money into pockets. That money then gets spent into on the main street and also on the Wall Street. What happens when you start yanking that money out? I think of the people in Parkersburg, West Virginia, heavily Republican area, who are now losing their job. And now, thanks to the Reuters report, we see marching in the streets angry about what Trump is doing because it's hit their home. It's not they don't care about recession. It's depression at home because they're not going to get the kind of job that they had with the kind of benefits that they had. They were on easy street. They were the kind of people that the anti-government folks are after. And yet somehow they thought they were special. And somehow that it wasn't going to be them. For whatever reason, they work hard or they're just the right, check the box. So here's my point. It's easy to gloat and say, good for them. Good on them. I'm not there. This is an opportunity to reach those people. This is an opportunity to go, look, we told you this was going to happen. Project 2025 was pretty clear. They were pretty upfront about it. Your suffering is real. How can we help? And how do we get you to get on board and organize with us to move forward? Because understand, there's going to be more of this. More communities are going to get hit really hard by what Trump is doing, and the suffering is going to be real. So how do we organize around the solution moving forward? See, for me, that's the question. These people, they're gonna have a tough time because as I said, West Virginia has the highest per capita number of federal jobs, number of government jobs. When those go away, what fills the void? Does the private sector jump in and go, we're going to fill it? No. There's just pain and suffering. And when they go to collect unemployment, the one that's been diminished and cut, well, another opportunity to organize.